What's up, guys? This is Shauna, aka Mrs. Wealthy Wallet, coming to you for another episode. It is Sunday, October the 8th, and I am in my office again. A very rainy day, so I'm having to use overhead light, ergo the weird cast that's coming down on me. But I just want to catch up with you guys after the conversation about the car and just let you all know that I'm not getting a car like next week, next month, and next 2 months or anything like that. We just had that major repair done on the car, and we were just saying that if we come up against another major repair, that, you know, we want to just go ahead, let the car go, move on. So knock on wood. Yeah, knocked on my legs, but knock on wood that nothing major happens in the next couple months, because we're going to try to save up some money in order to have some money to buy a car. Now, the reason why I said, you know, that the Mustang was preferable for my husband is because the value of the Mustang sinks like a rock. Sorry, all you Mustang lovers out there, but if you go and look at the used ones, I actually looked the other day and found one for $10,000 that was like a 2014, 2014 low mileage. So I think it was $13,000. So, you know, that is a lot cheaper than me trying to go find my hybrid, because I either wanted a hybrid Camry or a hybrid Accord, and those are in the 20s, brand new, they're in the 30s. So yeah, that's why I said my husband would have to get a car versus me, because we could pay off his car faster. Now, add to that, I was talking to my coworker about this the other day, and we were talking about, you know, bills and what I could do once certain bills are paid off. Once the student loan is paid off, I have enough to be able to get a car, because that's like $324.67 every month, and if I start stacking that away, that's a car right there. And then we have one more bill that goes out that's like $500 and something a month, and so once we get rid of those two, it's not a bill, but we'll talk about that later. But yeah, that's like $500 and something a month. So once those two are gone, I have $800 more a month. So in the meantime, let's talk about the debt and how we're going to handle the debt. First of all, there is a blog post attached below detailing what I'm going to do to pay off the debt, because it'll be in that blog post. It lists the debts from smallest to largest and how I'm going to attack each one. So that post there will explain everything that I'm going to do. But I was listening to a podcast called Choose FI. I don't know where it's been all my life, but this thing is amazing. I love it. It is exactly what I want. You know, it's the Mr. Money mustache in a podcast version. For those people who are driving to work every day for an hour plus, hello, that's me, and you have time on your hands, this thing is chock full of information. It breaks it down. It brings it down to a kiddie level where you can understand. I always say, talk to me like I'm a 5th grader. So it breaks you down to that 5th grade level, and it's not all in-depth, complicated like most of the ones that I listen to. So most of the ones I'm listening to are people who are a lot further along in their plan. So this guy just happens to be, hold on for a second, gotta let the dog out. So these guys happen to be at 2 different places in FI. There's one on his way to FI, and then there's another one who's already pretty much there. So the one on the way to FI is the one, of course, I'm following. And he was talking about finishing his last bit of debt. And they were comparing the Dave plan to what they do. Now, I do a little bit of Dave, and I don't. I don't because I'm 38 years old, and I don't want to miss out on that 401k. I'm sorry. If you're giving me a match, I'm going to get my match. So that was the difference between them and Dave. They were saying that they won't miss out on the match as well. But what, of course, didn't click in my brain, which should have clicked earlier this year, because I you know how I'm like, oh my God, it's so painful that I have to decrease my 401k. But if you're in debt, yeah. So I decided to bring my 401k down to the 401k match amount, and I'm going to take the difference. Now, I don't know how much more that's going to put into my paycheck, due to the fact that I've never seen my paycheck since like a year or 2 ago. I don't even know. That was under the match. I've always been well above it. So I'm going to bring it down to the match, and then hopefully start using that money to pay off some of the debt. That'll be like 2 paychecks away, because I just changed it this paycheck, and my husband's paycheck is next, and then when my paycheck comes around in 2 weeks, it should be at the new amount. So gonna do that. Husband's raise. I know I talk about it all the time, but guess what? Somebody didn't turn in the paperwork. Wasn't my husband. Y'all figured that out. Yeah. So yeah, he had to find his copy of his signed paperwork to give to someone to turn it in. So we're still waiting on that. So whenever we get that, we're going to hit this debt. I've already taken the $175 that I was sending to Navient to pay off this debt, and that is what I have in my original plan. But now I'm going to have the difference of what I've reduced my 401k plus, knock on wood, if he's actually turned it in, we'll check on it this week, we'll have my husband's raise. And there probably will be, no, not probably, there's going to be a boost, because HR has known about this raise is coming for a long time, and so they already told him they will be back paying it. So we may be able to knock this out within a month. Knock on wood. Y'all hope, y'all pray, we're going to work it out. And then after that, my next plan is to build up our funds. I need to build up a car fund. I need to build up the emergency fund. I need to build up the car maintenance fund. Like all these funds I need to build up. So it's going to be probably next year before I actually go back into my 401k full hog. It may be longer than that, because we need to have these, 3 to 6 months expenses, all stuff like that, just in case that horrible recession comes back around. And I don't want to be stuck out there with all my money tied up in 401k and having to pay penalties to get it out. So just in case, we're going to build up our savings reserves and then go back into the 401k plan. So that is what I am at right now, guys. I will see you all next week, I think. Baby girl is here. We're going to Neither World tonight to do Escape the Room. If you're in Atlanta, look up fearworld.com. I'm not getting paid for this. I will let you know. It's just one of my favorite haunted houses. But we're actually going to do Escape the Room instead of going to the haunted house, so everybody won't be scared to death. And yeah, guys, I'll see you all next time. Peace.